Hi, this is Esther Kane with SeniorSafetyAdvice.com. I know this format is a bit different than what we normally do, but I just had to show you this article that I was just reading from the Wall Street Journal. And the title of the article is about how baby boomers have purchased these large homes and now they're deciding to stay age in place, which is great. So we're going to talk about what I see in this picture and how it will affect this couple as they age in place, or at least how it could affect them. All right, before I get into it, don't forget to subscribe, click on the like button, give us your comments, let us know what you think about what, statements I make and what you think about this picture, and we will go from there. All right. So aging in place basically requires you to make changes to the home that you're living in according to what your abilities are. At least that's what most people think. The reality is that aging in place really requires you to make changes in the home to prevent any possible accidents or injuries. Because by preventing that, then you will most likely or hopefully not suffer a disability that will then force you to make drastic changes in the home. Now, in this picture, what I see as an occupational therapist trained in helping people to age in place and to stay home safely, this picture looks like a little bit of a nightmare. So I'm going to tell you why. So first of all, at the bottom of the picture, you'll see a glass coffee table. And there's not much room there between the table and the chairs, which makes sense because obviously you need the table to put your drink or food or whatever. But because there's not much room there, and because the table is square, and because the table is glass, a lot of things can easily happen. You can bump into that corner and scrape your skin, bruise it, cut it, which, as many people know, the older you get, the longer it takes for that to heal. So it would be better if it was rounded. The fact that it's glass is not good because if you were to stumble and trip over the rug, that is a horrible thing to have in a house as you age in place. If you were to trip on this rug, try to get yourself onto the chair, but not end up on the table. You could basically break the glass, cut yourself, hit your head on this wood, shoulder, wrist, whatever. Any of these things could happen, and it would only take a second. It would only take a second for that entire event to happen, and it would take months, if not years, to recover, if you even recover. Now, these two certainly look very healthy and able-bodied, but the point of aging in place is you want to keep them healthy and able-bodied. All right, so I would definitely remove this coffee table, make a smaller round one there that is solid wood or rattan, something that does not have anything that can break, and especially glass. Definitely glass. You definitely don't want glass. Now, the space between the sofa, these chairs, this whatever this shelf thing is with all the glasses and the drinks, this bar area here, doesn't look very big. And then on top of that, you've got this lamp with wire there, another one here on the other side with wire you can easily trip over. It's just clutter. What is the purpose of this table here? I have no idea. It's in front of the door. I don't understand it. It's unnecessary. This table back here, okay, it has a chair. I don't understand its purpose either, but I get it. It's a nice piece of furniture. It's got a lamp on there. Does it need the chair? I don't think so, but it's another thing to hit, to trip over. If you feel like you're falling, you can easily grab on it. If you try to grab on it, it's going to go down. You go down, you're going to hit this table. Anything can happen. And it only takes a second. Again, behind them, it looks like there's another table. There's a lot of dusting going on in here in this house. There's another glass table back here, which doesn't make sense, doesn't seem like it's necessary. What is the point of that? It just decreases the amount of space to walk around. Currently, it doesn't look as if they may be using a cane or a walker, but 5 years from now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now, they may be using a walker. At that point, then yes, they could declutter all this, but they may be using a walker because they fell and tripped over a lot of the stuff that's here. So when we talk about decluttering, we talk about removing excess items. Instead of having these floor lamps, install overhead lights. Remove this excess furniture, the table, the chair, these extra chairs back here, this bar thing. The bar thing could actually be put in the corner, away from being in the way. It just doesn't make any sense. And for heaven's sakes, remove those rugs. Remove them. I can't tell you how many patients I treated who tripped over a rug. Some of them never ever went back home. Really? Is it really worth it? I don't think so. Okay, but certainly it's up to you, of course. Now, the biggest issue with this house so far that I see as far as structural are these steps. So to get up and down these steps multiple times a day, what if you ended up with a walker or chain? What if you tripped over this step? What if you're unable, your vision is so low, it gets to the point, or your perception even, that you can't see the edge of this step? So yes, you want to paint that or put a tread there, something to distinguish this step from the other if you have to have the steps. It would be extremely difficult to eliminate these steps in this house. But the very least you could do is you could remove these doors, which probably stay open all the time. If they do, then I would remove them and I would add handrails to either side of these steps, at least to make it a little easier to get up and down the steps. And then as I'm looking in the other room, it looks okay. I don't see a ton of clutter except maybe back in here. But in this room, definitely. If this couple is aging in place, which is perfectly great, if you can do it, do it. But do it to a point where you can at least do age in place instead of just keeping your stuff around, which can eventually end up hurting you. And then you lose everything. You lose your house, you lose your lifestyle, you lose your mobility, you might even lose your cognition if you hit your head in just the right spot, which I have seen so many times. I know a lot of people don't want to think about this. They don't want to talk about it, but it's so important. If you want to be independent, then grab that independence and keep it. And the best way that you can keep it is by being proactive. So don't age in place after an event. Age in place, use those principles of aging in place to keep yourself as independent as possible so you can stay in your home and enjoy it and enjoy your family and your friends and your community. It just makes sense to me. But again, I've seen what happens on the other side of not doing those things. So I know how it ends up, and it's not pretty. So I want you to be safe, want you to enjoy your life and stay as independent as possible. Tell me what you think about what I saw in this picture. I hope this couple sees this video because I would love for them to make these changes so that they can enjoy their life because it looks like a beautiful home. All right. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Give us your comments. Let us know what you think. Click the like button. And of course, click the bell if you want to be notified when we send out a video. All right. Take care. And I'll see you next time.